Good morning, class 12s. And with this video, we come to the end of the first chapter. Yeah, first chapter of your first book. I hope your project work is going on fine. If you have any problem, please feel free to ask me. So let's just start. And I've highlighted only the important points because this chapter is really short and there are not many important points. And then there are like few write-ups in the box in your textbook, so please go through it. I've not highlighted it, and if you don't understand, please ask me. Okay, so tea plantation. So as you know, like the Darjeeling tea that you get and all the plantation in Darjeeling and Assam in India has taken place with the coming of the Britishers. It was colonialism that initiated tea plantation, that introduced tea plantation in India. So industrialization and urbanization has taken place in India, keeping in mind the benefit of the colonial group. So whatever advancement has taken place in India during the period during the colonial rule has taken place, keeping in mind, means like whatever happened, whatever they did was only for their own benefit and not for the development of our country, but for their own benefit. So they develop things, and although many of the things have been developed for our country, but they only did it for the motive of their personal development. Okay, tea industry began in India with the coming of the Britishers, like I said, and the laborers were forcibly kept in order to benefit from there. So the laborers, the tea workers, they are even exploited now, and their exploitation is not a new thing. They began to be exploited, and their labor was, paid less for since the very beginning of the, act of tea plantation. Let's say. Next, industrialization in independent India. So the what happened during the phase of industrialization after the Britishers left India. India has been economically exploited by the colonial government. Like there was a drain of wealth. So most of the wealth of India was already taken by the Britishers. A lot of draining of wealth has taken place in India with the coming of the Britishers, like I mentioned. The Swadeshi movement, initiated by M.K. Gandhi, you know what it is? It strengthened people's loyalty towards the nation's economy. So, Swadeshi movement gave people a new hope to revive the economy of the country. The Indian nationalists saw that rapid industrialization, development of heavy machine making industries, expansion of public sector, and holding of large cooperative sector was like very important for the advancement and development of the economy. Okay, and Jawaharlal Nehru, he visualized a modern and prosperous India as one having giant steel plants, dams, and power plants. So this Nehru, he saw, like according to him, his idea of modern India would be one where there are a lot of steel plants and dams and power plants. So he wanted material development. Development obviously will include material development. And the last one is urbanization in independent India. So urbanization has been increasing rapidly in India. Basically, with the coming of industrialization and colonialism, urbanization followed. So urbanization means the growth of towns and cities, and this has been taking place at an extremely fast pace in India. The idea of smart city has been initiated by the government. So the government are, like, doing this thing, this smart city. So that is basically the result of urbanization, because everything has become so digitalized and modern, westernized, especially in this metro cities. The villages have also been impacted by the urban influence. However, there are different degrees of impact which varied from one village to another. So villages like which are in the urban fringe, like like there are villages in between, like in the at the periphery of the urban areas. So outside in the outskirts of urban areas there are a lot of villages. So these villages, they are impacted by, they have the process of urbanization has a great impact on such villages. Okay, but however the degree to which urbanization impacts different villages, it is different, because some villages may not be in the urban fringe. There are many villages which are, which is like quite untouched by urbanization. So there are different degrees to which urbanization it influences the villages. um okay, so last one. In 1951, 17.29% of India's population were living in 2,843 towns, and in year 2011, so 2.16% of India's population were living in 7,935 towns. So there is a huge increase in the number of towns, and I'm very skeptical about this number. I think I've missed out, or it may be right, I don't know. Please check and please study the this the box, okay, from your textbook, and then please do your question answers from the textbook in your exercise book of this chapter. Thank you. Bye bye.